day 2, 3, and maybe 4? All right, day 2, February challenge. So, what am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to showing you guys Valentine's Day baubles. Why does Christmas get to have all the fun? Yep, Valentine's Day baubles. How fun is that? If you were over on Instagram yesterday, you might have seen I've already actually started it, but I cannot wait to show you guys the finished bauble. Which, I might add, isn't actually going to be in this video. Hopefully that will be in another video, but I'm excited to show it to you guys when it's time. And I'm looking forward to it. Other thing, you noticed, right? Told you you'd see it a lot this month. Actually, you'll probably see it a lot this year. I do like this shirt. The other thing I'm looking forward to, hopefully in the next couple days, fibers aren't just yarn, right guys? Right? I've got the funniest. Do you see this gnome Valentine's Day material? I love it. I've got, it's so fun. Yes, pillowcases. Obviously, I have more than one set of pillowcases. I have different ideas for it because when I saw this, I was like, honey, get me the gnome Valentine's Day material. I don't know how much you want to get me. Just get me enough that I have to have enough to at least make 2 pillowcases, but I would like more. And he did more. He's awesome. Yeah, that's something else I'm really looking forward to and really need to get it done because I need to get it done for Valentine's Day. And I'd like to use it just the entire month. Okay, so for day 3 of February challenge, the prompt is made in 2021. Okay, are you guys ready? I started a project in October of last year. I've not finished it. And I've been thinking, maybe I should really focus on it this month. The problem is it's neither pink or red, but it's neutral. So I could take pictures of it with pink and red, but look at this. It's a chunky blanket. I really want a chunky blanket. And so I started one, but it is very different to be knitting with these huge knitting needles and this freakishly thick yarn. It's a fun change, but I find that like I do a couple rows and then I set it down. I haven't like found that I sit there and knit it for like hours and hours. So it's a slow going project. I honestly don't know how big I want to make it. It's for me. It's for like sitting on my chair and having a nice comfy blanket on me. But I don't know. Actually, as I'm sitting here showing it to you guys, actually I've gotten farther along than I realized. So I'm keeping it really simple. Look, like, do you see this? Super simple. I didn't know like how unsimple I wanted it to be. And then I was like, you know what? This doesn't need to be complicated. This can be simple. So this is my made in 2021 project. And it's our current project. So let's go work on this. Let's get some rows in. Okay, so I feel like I'm using Hagrid's knitting needles. Have you guys ever used it? They're like a size, I think 19, US 19. They're freaking huge. And I feel like I'm like a little kid with my knitting needles, my like any grace that I possibly could have while knitting. It just goes out the window. I don't understand, but these things are huge. This yard is huge. And so I feel like literally like it's just so clunky, and I suddenly feel like I'm 6 again and I'm sticking the needle in and effort, like this huge effort to get the yard around it. It's so funny. Something really interesting about this really super bulky yarn is, do you see how, like, I don't know if I would call it like its purest, it feels such a pure state. Like it's still very fibery. I really can't think of all the right technical terms right now. But because of that, I always feel like I'm gonna like break it, because like you can just start pulling it. I think it's fine. Like I haven't had an issue, but for some reason as I've made it, I always feel like I'm about to like, if I over like stress out the fibers, it will suddenly like the yarn will break, even though it's like so much thicker than my, you know, sock yarn. But there's just something about that yarn that like, it feels like it's like so much easier to just like pull it and it will just like come apart. So anyway, that's been very interesting about this project, because it changes just the way you handle the yarn. And I think it's actually slowing me down, because I'm like, I don't want you to break. But once it's like in the blanket state, I'm not super worried about it. It's just like, while it's loose and in a ball and being turned into the blanket. Yes, I have thought about what's it going to be like to wash it. I don't know. I'll come to that bridge when it's time to come to that bridge. Day 4 February challenge. I'm going to go ahead and add that into today's video. Okay, day 4. I've actually had a little bit of a harder time coming up with this prompt, or with like a response to this prompt. So the prompt is Olympic cast on. So I was like, okay, this could go 2 ways. One would be like, what is the most stitches you've ever casted on? And currently, I think this is probably the most stitches, because I've done other blankets. I've done that have been like cast all on, but most of the time when I do blankets, I actually start with 2 stitches and then add on to there. So I was like, okay, though my blankets can become huge, we still only start with 2 stitches. So my Olympic cast on would have to be the shawl I made in January. There was 411 stitches, and that's a lot of stitches to cast on. However, there are certain days where it's like, I know I have the day to myself. I can turn on some shows or a movie, and I'm like, let's cast on a project and get it done today. I don't know if I have a specific project in mind, but I will say that some of my favorite knitting days are those days where you're just like, let's sit down, morning cup of coffee, cast this on, and let's knit until this project's done, and let's hope it's done before I go to bed. So that's kind of like an Olympic cast on. I kind of like that one. Hey guys, that is it for today. Thank you for knitting with me. I'm starting to feel inspired that maybe my big project for this month should actually be this blanket. Maybe I should just get it done. That'd be fun. So thank you for joining me for days 2, 3, and 4 of February challenge. I hope you guys are having a very fun February challenge, and I hope to catch you in another video. Bye.